Well, joining me now is Corey Lewandowski, good friend and senior Trump advisor. Corey, we have seen a lot of breaking news today. Let's start with Pete Hegseth. We just mentioned him. What do you think about the nominee?
Well, in full disclosure, Todd, Pete's a great friend of mine. I've traveled with him and his wife many times. I am envious of his service to this great country. This is a man, as you said here, went to Princeton, played basketball for a Division I basketball program, then went to Harvard, went and served our great country in combat situations as an infantry officer, came back home and worked for a CVA where I first got to know Pete, and I've known him for the better part of a decade. This is a man who wants to make sure that our veterans and our active duty military get all the resources they need to make sure that our enemies around the world are punished. And that's what Pete's going to do. And I think it's a phenomenal pick by the president.
Yeah, and I know there's been a lot of concern, that Wall Street Journal piece yesterday about the purge possibly coming of generals. Corey, we need to remind people that it was Barack Obama who fired more generals than any other president. Almost 200 officers were fired under his watch, and most of them were red-blooded American patriots. So this is not a bad thing to clean house at the Pentagon.
Well, the Pentagon has become, a series of politicians, and we know that most of these people who become generals are woke, and they have instilled, unfortunately, in our active duty military this DEI philosophy, which Pete is going to rid our country of. We're going to put the best people in the best positions, regardless of race, religion, ethnicity, creed, or anything else. And that's what this country is supposed to be focused on. So Donald Trump is picking the best people for this country to put our nation back on top again, to make sure that our allies around the world respect us and that our enemies around the world fear us. And when you look at some of these picks that President Trump is putting forth, it allows us on January 21st to be ready to go on day one with a group of people whose sole focus is to make America great again.
Let's talk about Matt Gaetz for just a moment. I'm laughing only because the screams coming out of D.C. right now, just unbelievable. I love what Congressman Thomas Massie said. He was asked by reporters as he was heading up an escalator, and he said, "Suck it up." What do you expect Matt Gaetz to do as AG?
Todd, I wish I would have known about the Gaetz endorsement nomination coming out, because I would have bought some more stock in Depends, because I think people are going to need it today. Right? A lot of these Democrats just found themselves needing some Depends. I'll tell you what, Matt Gaetz is going to rid our country of the two-tier justice system once he's confirmed as the Attorney General. He's going to make it so that everybody under the law is treated equally. And for those people who abuse the law over the last 4 or 8 years, who use their positions of badges and guns to intimidate people, to go after Americans on domestic soil, to spy on people, to use the justice system to their own advantage, I hope that he implements a recourse that is fitting. When you look at what Bob Mueller has done and so many others over there in this fake Russian hoax, not one person was held accountable for lying to the FISA court. I hope Matt Gaetz, if he's appointed and confirmed as the Attorney General, holds these people accountable for lying to federal judges and spying on American citizens.
Corey, real quick before we let you go, John Thune, now Senate Majority Leader, you think he's going to get on board here and we're going to be able to get the president's agenda through the Senate?
Todd, not my first choice, but the bottom line is John won that race. He better be on the president's agenda. It is the only reason we have a Senate majority is because of the work Donald Trump did in this election cycle, helping Bernie Moreno win, helping our Dave McCormick win in Pennsylvania, helping Tim Sheehy in Montana. So John Thune better understand that this is the party of Donald John Trump, and his agenda is the one for America. So John better be 100% on board.
Well said. All right, Corey, we got to leave it there. Always appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you.
Take care.